Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the I Said What I Said show. My name is Tyrone Miller with no tag on the bottom. I'm gonna let my illustrious co-hosts come in and introduce themselves because they got tags on the bottom. Y'all can see what they do, but I'm gonna let them tell you. Go on ahead and tell them what y'all do.
My name is Lexis Bree. I'm a life and relationship coach and influencer. So,
Ow.
Hey everyone, my name is Ericka Pressley. I am a director of a nonprofit organization, Humbling Hearts Incorporated. And I also have a small business called Eva's Garden, which does alternative pain medicine, aka THC, CBD, flowers, edibles,
Ooh,
bath bombs, everything in that nature.
I see what you did there. That was smooth. That was a. She said she got a nonprofit and hell. How'd you word that?
Uh, a small business of alternative pain medicine,
Alternative
aka
pain medicine. Hell yeah, I love
THC
that. Man.
and CBD,
Yeah,
aka weed. No.
I was waiting for you to get to it. I was like, yeah, that don't sound like what she told me, but whatever. So,
mm,
yo, today we got topics and we're gonna get into them. Y'all with it?
I'm
I'm
with it.
with
Let's
it.
go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I'm all fired up. All right, so first things, I'm gonna go to my little ticker. I'm gonna put it on the bottom and bang. Let's see what we got come up. Let's see. Oh, Daddy, you talking Puff Daddy, the diddler.
The Diddler.
Yeah. Anybody want to jump in? Anybody want to say what they got to say? Because if the people don't know, let me give them a quick breakdown and y'all jump.
Quick rundown.
So essentially, Puff Daddy started off at Howard University. I ain't even gonna go that far back, but he's a big time media entrepreneur, mogul. He got mad money. He's Bad Boy Records. He created that. Sean John back in the '90s for y'all young people. Sean John was firing back in the '90s, man. It was killing him. '90s, early '2s, killing him. And then, long story short, he's a mogul, and now there are a lot of allegations coming out against him. And just recently, there was a video that came out with him committing assault on a young lady. I'm not gonna say her name; everybody knows it. But what's y'all take? What y'all and then say what you gonna say? Because I said what I said. So whatever you say is all good. It's not, man. Go ahead, do y'all thing.
I'm gonna let you have the floor first, Lex.
Oh,
Um,
let me have the floor. I don't want the floor, man. The pressure's on. Puff, man, did that to my daughter, man. I'd have been at your house, but I guess you're rich, so people can't really come to your house because you probably got security and all that, so it'd be hard. And then generally speaking, man, women, man, like I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it there and then I'll let y'all get into it. Women are beautiful, but they are equals. We have to treat them as such. They're not property. They're not something that you just have on your arm. Treat them with respect because we all got mothers, we all got sisters, and we should look at women as equals. And I don't feel that's what Puff Daddy was doing in that moment, at least. I can't speak to his regular life because I don't know what that man be doing in his personal time. But the way it look is a terrible look. That's all I got to say. I said what I said.
very terrible. That was very terrible.
Mm.
Um, I'm gonna say this. Oh, yeah, y'all might not like this, but I'm gonna say
Nah,
it.
go with it.
This is how I feel about it. He did what he did. I don't condone that at all, of course. I don't condone hitting on anybody. I don't care if it's male or female. Nobody should be hitting on anybody. Okay. No males on females, no females on males. But at the end of the day, we can't just put all the blame on Diddy either, because Cassie knows the type of person that she was dealing with and the situation that she was in. Because I'm pretty sure she knew, and we all got a feeling somewhere that wasn't the first time that she got hit on like that in that video.
Mm.
I
So
agree.
Okay.
I said what I said.
That's an interesting take. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and you get in there. We could come back and
Well,
rehash what we talking about.
it's crazy because like growing up, you see Puff Daddy on the screens. I loved Puff Daddy. Like I was a Puff Daddy. I had a crush on him. So you just never could, imagine that these celebrities or people you see on TV could do any wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So when you saw the clip, it was just like, okay, he's a typical human being. She knew exactly what she was into. This is not the first time that he showed any signs of being abusive. And when you're truly scared of someone, it's not going to take you leaving years later, like, or I'm not gonna say I can't put a time limit on when you want to leave someone, but it wouldn't have came out with just like if I was in an abusive relationship, and you know all our past relationships had some turmoil, but the last thing I wanted was to get compensated for it. It was just I want to leave and get my peace. So I think her initial reason for leaving Ryan Leslie, getting with Diddy, it wasn't to her expectations, but she was in it for a reason. Right. And after she left, she had to remember the reason she was in it for. So I do feel sorry. I do not condone violence. I just think that everybody plays their part in the relationship. So when it doesn't benefit them anymore. So she felt like she was probably getting the short end of the stick after so long, because this ain't the first woman. It wouldn't have been the last. And I just think that she got into it for the reasons she got into it, and she left and finally got what she wanted from the relationship, because she didn't go anywhere while she was with him. Her career didn't go anywhere. Nobody never, she was just his arm candy. She was just a beautiful woman. So I felt like she endured everything for a light at the end of the tunnel. And when she didn't get it, she was just like, all right, I've endured enough, but now I want to be paid. So I don't really know. I think that he's just another black man, just like R. Kelly. And, the industry is the industry. That you don't make a lot of good decisions and they're going to hold it against you. But I also think that the woman knew what she was getting herself into.
Ooh, so y'all both got a very similar take, man. I did not expect that.
What I said. But it does not excuse him from what he did. But for her to want money afterwards is just like, if you're in a real abusive relationship and, you just want to get out, you just want to be free.
Right.
But you know what? You know what I think it is too? I don't think, because see, we got to remember this happened a long time ago, right? So it was a long break in between when she left him compared to when she got that money, right?
Absolutely.
I'll be honest with you. I think the only reason she went for that money and did everything after the fact, because like you said, you just want to get out the situation. She only went after that after she saw that he already had a couple of holes poking in his reputation and in his story. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a little dig, baby, because you ain't had to do that. He already had a lot going on as far as his reputation, his status, what was going to happen to him as a black man, and then you just went in for the kill, girl. And you was just like, oh well, let me throw this on you.
And she knew that was gonna open up some doors,
right?
Oh, but I'll be totally honest. Let me keep it a beam, man. I did not expect y'all to be saying what y'all said. I appreciate it though. I'm like, man. So see, I really thought like, oh, he's a scumbag. Like, y'all, we all different things in this room.
He is. But
he's a scumbag, been a scumbag. Like from the 90s, though. Remember when Puff had people walking and get cheesecake?
Shout
out to Dylon, all them in making the band. But he been that dude. He's been like consistently not a good dude. He did that to the band. Then he had who left him and said they needed money. That was the Locks. Locks had a whole campaign. Carl Thomas, Craig Mack. Like the list goes on to how many people he supposedly shitted on. I don't know. I'm just taking people's accounts. Puff ain't signed me. Should have signed me, Puff, man. You'd have been good, man. You'd have been scared right now.
When people left, they said their piece about how they feel, but nobody literally went in public to slander his name. Like nobody was, you kept it quiet because you either deal with it or you don't, right? Like everybody has a choice.
The Locks put it out there. The Locks had a whole Let the Locks Go campaign.
Absolutely, because it was about money, it was about their contract, but they never came out and was like, oh, he sexually assaulted me. Like they never went as so much as to put the police involved. Like they spoke their piece. They're gonna, let me have this contract. I don't want to owe no money. But they never went out and said Puff is a horrible person. You should see what be happening at the parties. You should trying to out him. Because what's done in the dark is gonna come in the light regardless. But nobody did that from before. So it's like, what's the real reason that now all of a sudden he's in the media of a criminal person? Nobody did that before. It was just, if it's just about money, it's about money. But now it's like criminal charges, and I just want to know the reason.
Right. I think you said it, man. Money. Like, money. Money. But so you brought up R. Kelly. I think R. Kelly a little different situation.
He's worse. He's
10 times worse in my book.
It's just about why now. Like, all of this is going on as it's happening. It's just why now. So that was always my questions.
Good, that's fair. What you think, Lex?
No, I totally agree.
Y'all on the same page.
I totally agree, but I'm gonna take it one step further.
I
love
take it further. Take it there. It's not saying what I
said. And people might be upset at me, but I'm gonna say this too. And this is not an excuse, but this is just an explanation, because at the end of the day, you have to understand there's a reason for the reason why people do the things they do, right? And at the end of the day, if a person is so bad as Diddy is, or, you know, puts his hands on people and does things like that, we really have to ask, like, what's wrong with him for real, right? Like not in a sense of in a bad way or judging, but just in a sense of, you have to understand that if a person feels like they have to hit on a person like that or treat people like that, that there is something in words that's wrong with them, or mentally that may be wrong with them, that we don't know what's going on, that allows them to act like that. Because a person that's at peace and that really, you know, just wants to live and enjoy life, and I'm okay, I don't have an urge to hit on people or to treat people wrong. Right?
That's real.
So it's not an excuse, but at the end of the day, everybody has to take their accountability for the reasons why they're doing the things they're doing. So even though it wasn't popular, his apology, right? Because everybody was on his apology, like, oh, it was fake and this and I'm gonna be
what else you gonna do? That's a great thing to do.
Because I wouldn't apologize. I'd be like, man, I said what I said. I did what I did.
That's because you want I said what I said. It's different for you. You got different. Y'all come from a different cloth, man. I don't even y'all more gangster than me, man. God damn, I'm the softest one in the show, and there's 3 women, 2 women and a dude, and I'm soft. Damn, man. No, go ahead. Sorry to cut you. Go ahead, like.
But that's what it is, though, right? Because at the end of the day, he has to kind of make an apology because he's a public figure, right? He's a public figure. He has to say something, or it looks really guilty, right? So I think it's half and half with that apology. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's half. He had to do it, but half, he really was in a messed up place to treat her like that. He really was, because
you gotta be.
He really was.
I'm not going to say he was in a messed up place, because this ain't the first. As they stated, it wasn't just Cassie. It was like worse with Kim Porter. So he's really like probably just like suppressing his anger, or he needs to really get to the root of why he's really an angry Black man, because there's no reason why a woman, a beautiful woman, their attitude, there's no reason why a woman or anybody should provoke you to get that angry and violent. And it's like, if they want to get away from you, it's for a reason. So why not let them get away from you? It's kind of weird. But as you said, mental health, considering he's been in the entertainment industry for a long time, since I was a kid.
30 years.
Right. The drugs, the stuff you see, like he probably has PTSD. He's probably numb to everything he had to go through just to get to where he's at. So it's just like, you either get down or lay down. And if you wasn't willing to lay down, then you're willing to lay down because you stayed there for all that time. So it's like, you can't really, you know what's going on, in my opinion. You know who you're dealing with.
Right.
So what, like she said, that video came out a long time ago. And who knows how long she stayed after that. So mental health is definitely real. They should have been trying to get that man some therapy, but it's the entertainment industry. What do you do?
So what about the flip side, though?
Entertainment industry.
What about the flip side? What about Cassie's mental health, mate? Because real talk, Diddy was in a power position over her. He literally was her, like he was her dude, and he was her, like the person that could put her on and blast off her career. So does that play a part in how y'all feel? Because for me, that played a part in how I felt. But I've been going to therapy for years now. It's a thing I do. But I think that power played a big part in that whole situation. And everybody that's around him, I think the whole, like we were saying, is mental health. I think it's more, I don't think it's mental health. I think it's power. He's used to people
very much
holding and doing whatever he wants. He ain't got, has 1,000,001 yes men around him. And he wants for you to prove how much power he has. And by him putting his hands on her, that's another way he exerts power. And, I always feel like people that do that is very insecure, and they got things going on inside of them that they don't feel like they're as strong as they should be, because they got to put something, their hands on somebody that's not gonna be able to do nothing. But for him, who could do something to Diddy? Like literally 50 be going at him all the time, but 50 rich too. And Diddy's a billionaire, so you know what I mean?
Well, I guess that's
what's your thoughts on it?
I guess that's why I got to this point, because only the feds can do something to him, honey.
Yeah.
And the feds.
Before Cassie had an agenda. I mean, she was with someone that was respected in the industry. She left him to go to the power. So it's like, you know what you're getting yourself into. Like, I believe she endured that for a long time. She stayed because she wanted to capitalize on what she felt Diddy could bring her. And when it was like, all right, enough is enough, I'm tired of this life, then you left. So like Lex stated, maybe, it was a time where they're talking about Diddy and she wanted to get in on that train. But at the same time, she left, she got married, had some kids, living a regular, comfortable life, right? But she wanted to be with somebody powerful. And that's what happens when you're with one of the most powerful men, in the industry.
Okay, so
give and take. It's give and take.
So like I hear dudes say all the time that they would marry Oprah just because of the money and the power. I don't know how true that is, but for like, there's not a lot of most men are not going for women because of power. Like women, I'm not saying most, just some. Okay. There's some women that seek somebody that has power and that's powerful. For
a lot of women.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't gonna say it. You said it, but there's a lot of women that seek that.
Majority.
Right. So what is y'all take on that? So essentially what y'all saying is with Cassie, that was the situation. She went after somebody that was powerful and she had to not pay the price. Like you didn't, of course, wanted to go through that, but that's part of the byproduct of her dating somebody so powerful and choosing somebody so powerful.
Unfortunately. But let's say Oprah start making that man do some things that he don't want to do.
I mean, nobody heard from Stedman.
What is the allegations with Diddy and Meek? Like, you seen the allegate or the podcast when he calling Fabulous Daddy and when you gonna party with me? So
that was definitely a pause moment, man. I was a little. He called him Daddy and like was drunk, and then he looked uncomfortable. Everybody looked uncomfortable in the room with Puff. If y'all didn't see that,
they know Puff though. They know him, so they like, oh,
he go with his shit again. There you go with that shit. Damn.
Right.
And it's go ahead. I'm sorry.
If money is your goal, if money is the thing that you idolize and that you want, you're gonna do some things to get it because you never saw it, you want it. And if it's being presented to you, and it could come so easily, like you could have a meet, somebody could call you today and be like, you have a meeting with Puff tomorrow. So these things, it could come to you very quickly. You don't even have the time to think about, am I gay? Like, am I really gay? But he just said if I do some shit, I could get on. So like, or if I take a slap, maybe that's going to make them remember. So if money is your goal, you will do whatever for money. And people told you that they showed you that.
Everybody know what they doing. I don't care if it's Cassie. I don't care if it's the one time that you chill with Diddy. Right. You know Diddy. You know what's going on. And the truth of the matter is, people are gonna choose two sides, which is either I'm gonna just shut up and try to mind my business, but let it ride out and just still be cool with him because of his status, or I'm gonna say something. And that's the divide that we're seeing right now, right? Yeah. We're seeing the divide of the people who are fed up and like, no, I'm gonna say something, I don't care no more. And then we're seeing the other divide of, well, I know he like that, but man, I don't really got nothing to do with me. It is what it is, so I'm gonna just ignore it. And that's all it comes down to. So at this point, everybody gotta pick a side.
Word, y'all killed that, man. That was, y'all gave me perspective. I'm like, damn, man, I never really thought about it like that. So for those people out there watching, they said what they said. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. The last piece. Don't be a hoe, man. It's a phrase in my house that we use. Don't be a hoe. Don't be somebody that'll do anything for money. Don't be a prostitute, dog. Like in my house, it's a zero tolerance. Like, dog, we stand on principle, purpose-driven people, man. You know what I mean? So, Puff, you could come try to sign me right now, and I would take the deal. But I ain't doing whatever, dog. You know what I mean? It's gonna be stipulations in that contract. Contract gonna be long and hard. Pause. Man, I did it to myself, y'all. I did it to myself. Oh man, one of y'all pick it up.
Hitler strikes again.
Oh man, he got me before I even got there. I just talked about going with him and man. That's cold, man. Dang.
It's okay. It's okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you. My wife, I don't know how my wife gonna feel about it. It might not be okay, man. But it's all right. In this moment, it's cool. But that was our piece on Diddy. So now let's get into relationships. It's Diddy and Cassie and Kim Porter. They all have relationships. We can have a relationship expert on the panel right now. So Lex, let's get into relationships. Let's get into we talking about you. We talking about you, Lex. Yeah. But yeah, let's get into it. Like, so now my question is, shit, my laptop is sliding, y'all. Y'all ain't even gonna see the little hookup I got in here. It's kind of crazy, but whatever. So now we get into relationships. Like I've been married for a while. I like being in a relationship. I enjoy it, but generally speaking, the culture of today is not a relationship supportive culture. I'll just say that. I'm gonna start it off there, and I'm gonna throw it to you, Lex. Is this culture of today relationship supportive?
No, wait. You can't just leave it like that. You gotta say why you think it's like that.
Oh, I mean, why do I think it's like that?
What about today?
What about it makes you say that it's not relationship supportive?
Well, if you're in a committed relationship, like I'll say for me, I'm not going to speak in general terms. I'm going to say this is how I feel because I said what I said. I had to go back to that, y'all. Y'all see how I brought that back? Yeah, I was not. I just don't think families in general are supported in this climate that we live in now. Like, I mean, I got 2 kids, wife, no outside kids. It's a great thing. And I ain't saying that to float my boat or nothing like that, but
you can.
I should, right? I feel like I'm proud of that. Like that's something I'm proud of. I'll set the right example for my family, my kids. You know what I mean? Me and my wife persevered through. I ain't gonna say hell, but it was a lot of shits up and downs, man. Relationships is hard than a motherfucker, and that is why I feel like it's not a supportive environment because you see people online, you see movies, you see all these things. You very rarely see people go through the hell of a relationship, the ups and downs of it, and see them pull through and get to a healthy place. Because a lot of us are coming in relationships from a place of, it could be a trauma bond. It could be 2 people that's just unhealed. And that was the situation for me and my wife. It was 2 people that was unhealed from our childhood shit. And we tried to make it work, but our love helped us get through that shit. But it was hard than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe it's not a relationship supportive environment because you don't see people out here saying, dog, it was hell. All you see is relationship goals. You see people going through shit, and that's it. You don't see people fighting for their relationship to hold on to that shit because there's value in that. And, that's why I feel like it's not a relationship supportive culture environment that we live in currently. Is that a good answer? I felt like I was giving like a job interview answer. All right. Yeah, all right.
That was good.
Y'all can't even see my leg crossed right now. All right, go ahead, Lex. Just get into relationship shit. I said my piece. I said what I said.
I totally agree with that, right? That I think that's the thing with society, period. Not just for relationships, but today everybody just wants the good side of things. Everybody just wants the glitter and rainbows, but nobody wants the real side of what's it take to get to that point, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be realistic with that thing. And honestly, I think it comes to kind of like a community, right? We have to be able to be vulnerable and put it out there and to tell the truth in the terms of like, this is what I went through. This is my story. This is what it actually is. If you actually want these things within a relationship that you say you want, it's not exactly what you think it is. So now, do you think you actually want one now that you know what it takes to be in one? Because that's the thing. It's not just, we're gonna get together, we just gonna eat, we're gonna have fun, and that's it. No, do you want the real deal of things? And if you don't want that, then maybe it's just not for you. But I also think it falls in the terms of now, it's so bad, but a lot of people have the mindset lately of like, I don't have consistency. I don't have persistence in anything in life, not just relationships, but like if something doesn't work out, most people just quit and move on to something else. Right. If things aren't going the way I want to go, all right, well, let me just figure something else out. Right. Nobody has this mindset of let me actually work and try and be persistent with this. And that's one of the things you need to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of doing that, people like, well, this is hard. This not working out. We can't communicate. So I'm going to just leave.
Real shit.
Well, do you blame them?
Do I blame them?
Get that side. Talk about it.
I'll say this. Depending on what it is, absolutely. Depending on what it is, absolutely. But also depending on what it is, absolutely not.
Well, I'm single and I was dating for a little bit, but I just think that people, for one, they're stuck in their ways. The older you are, the more you're stuck in your ways. If you're not willing to like listen and compromise and not, if you want to be in a relationship, you're going to be in a relationship. I think that there's so many distractions, there's so many options with social media, so many pictures, and everybody thinks that, oh, I want this one, or it's no settling. And I don't want to say settling. I want to say more so you see a picture of some bad content creator, and now that's who you want to pursue because your options are just limitless at this point. So I think I think people have like a false idea of reality based on social media. I think that people aren't, they don't really know themselves. They don't really know what they want because they have so many different things to be like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool. That looks good. Or that, I want to try this. It's much going on in this world now where it's just probably more peaceful to be single unless that man actually knows what he wants, is going to go after what he wants, and then there's nothing else. Because social media doesn't have to be a bad place. It's just for weak-minded people who get, distracted, who have false sense of reality or beauty. I told this guy, I was like, it's as if I have to be on point around you 24/7. And that's not normal. Like, I'm a human being. Why do you feel like I have to be like, not normal? Right. Like I have to be like picture perfect ready every time. With like it just wasn't normal, and it was only because of what they see. But what you see on social media is so many people that say, "Oh, I see this girl online, but she doesn't look the same offline." But yet you still was in her DM. You still risked your whole relationship to do whatever with her, and now you lost what was real, chasing something that's not so real, that's fabricated. So I just think people should, get to know themselves, get to know what makes them happy. Because once get a relationship with God, because once you know how you're supposed to be treated, once you know your self-worth, once you have confidence, you are not going to just allow anybody to say like, oh, I didn't speak to you all day or for 2 days because my life is going through something. Well, how you know what my life going through? Maybe you're always going through something. Maybe I shouldn't even talk to you because you need to get your life together before you even talk to me. You get what I'm saying? Like people always want to put their problems on other people. Well, maybe you shouldn't date until you're whole.
Right.
Because everybody has problems. Everybody has insecurities. Right. Everybody has this and that. But I don't want to deal with somebody who brings it out. Who, like, we went through that in high school. I'm 39 years old. I'm not trying to deal with nobody who's making me go back to being in high school.
That's I think that's the key to it, right? Because like you were saying earlier,
keep it going.
But like you were saying earlier, right? Nobody's perfect, right? But people have these false ideas that and unrealistic ideas that like, well, it's just gonna be two perfect people and that's it. The reality is it's not gonna be like that. So it's nothing wrong with being in a relationship with somebody who, to be honest, is broken. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the problem that comes into play is when that person is broken, but they're not trying to fix that brokenness. Or when their brokenness starts to affect you.
Right. I love that. Like that's dope. Like I think what we just was talking about, the crux of it all is people got to be real and understand what a relationship is. Like it's a partnership, bro. We got to all be in this together. Like both of us have to be in this together. Not all of us. Hopefully, depending on the relationship. No, he back, bro. Y'all see, he dipped out and came back aggressive. But y'all both cover something beautiful. Like I think Lex, man, what you was talking about with you gotta know you. I think a lot of people don't know themselves, which makes it very hard for them to be in a relationship, in a partnership with somebody else. And you was breaking up, girl. Muted your mic. I muted your mic for a second. You get your sound together. You coming in here, when I'm talking, you gonna try to come in here all blah blah blah, all brolic and shit. See, that's why our relationship ain't right. But nah, real shit. All jokes aside, like that's it. People don't know who they are. They don't do the work on themselves. And then what he said, people don't want somebody that's gonna be real and honest. They want somebody. They want the Instagram picture or the fake, whatever they seen them at TikTok, whatever. They want that. And I've heard, like, I'm cool. So I be letting people talk. Most of the time when I'm outside, I'm one of them extroverted introverts. When I'm outside, I'm pretty introverted. I'm chilling, man. I ain't really trying to say much. I'm listening to more people. And people she don't look the same as she look on Instagram. Dog, she's taking a picture. She's gonna take a picture and look her best. Motherfucker, that's just common. Like, in my mind, I think that's common knowledge. Like, dog, you see me, I'm not gonna look the same. You see me going to the store, I literally just went to the bodega. Dog, Cat recognized me, but it took him a second. He's like, oh, yeah, that's me, dog. I know my ankles is ashy. You know what I mean? It's all good. My ankles was ashy. I had on my little Yeezy slides. My ankles was ashy. And I was like, am I going to put on lotion just to run to the bodega? I'm not doing it, man. I just didn't do it. I said, nope, I refuse. And I didn't run to the bodega. I ran to the bodega with no lotion on, but that shouldn't change. Oh, we got 2 E's right now. Oh, we only got 1. She's back. Yeah. But essentially, we shouldn't be running around doing all this crazy stuff to, like, try to put on for other people. Because I believe that's the core of it. You trying to put on for other people because you're looking for validation outside of yourself. And I ain't really at that point no more. So y'all might catch me somewhere looking crazy. I'm just telling you right now. You see me outside, it might look crazy. It's just what it is, man.
I'll be having to tell myself, listen, you want to be presentable when you go out, because I will. I don't even care. But that's because I know me. I'm not here to be a fake version of me. Like, it is what it is. You're going to get what you're going to get. So it just baffles me how people live for other people. Like, I truly.
But you know what that is too? It's the validation. But when you're putting out certain characteristics or certain habits that's not really you, mm-hmm. then can you really complain that you're attracting the people that you don't like or that you don't fit in with when that's not you in the beginning? That's not you. That's true. This image that you're portraying to get the person that you want, and then you find out, oh, well, you don't really like them anyway. You know why? Because that ain't you. Right. Duh. Like, it's you're not thinking about.
Right. And people have stages. So, like, Ty, you've been married for so long, but I've heard people who say, like, they got married young and that's just not them anymore. And I feel like I was dating someone when I was in a period where I was, wanting to, I don't know, but I'm just not there anymore. So maybe
I think you do know. I just don't think you want to say it. But it's okay. You ain't gotta say it. Don't say it. But the way you look,
I just know what that situation was based on from where I was at. But I'm just not there anymore. So if you're still there.
It's funny. You froze for a second. You said if you're still there, and then you froze. You was just stuck there. I was like, that's where you was for that moment. But complete your thought. So after you said,
when you're still there, situations where you are, and if 2 people aren't growing together, you're gonna be just stagnant, right? So one person will be like, "Oh, I'm not there. I'm not that person anymore. Like, I'm over it. But that person is still there. So now you just have that person who's still going to be looking for where they are in life. But yet if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to grow together. Because what I'm talking about, you're not going to be talking about it, but you're going to understand, you're going to ask questions, you're going to appreciate the growth of any person, right? Like if your husband or your wife is, babe, I want to think outside the box. I want to start this business. That's growth, right? So you're gonna put yourself into that person who's growing. But if you're stuck with somebody who just wants to stay in the same place, then it's just unequal. So it's like, I feel like everybody has to be in it for the same reasons. Like, if you want to be together, you're gonna grow together. If not, you're only in it for what you got in it for. Mm-hmm. And it's fine to walk away from that. Like, that's not you anymore. Like, people say, oh, you used to know me. Yeah, you don't know me anymore because I've grown. And I don't think that people should hold themselves back from growing or from just, trying to be something that someone else wants them to be just to please another person. Like, know yourself, please yourself. You're only going to go after the person you attract. And I think it's based on where you're at in life.
Well said. Well said. Anybody got any more relationships? Because we could talk about like dog. We got like a half hour right now.
Right.
And I'm trying to make sure.
You don't like dogs, but what if the man that you want to be with got pets? Not dogs. You don't like it. You don't want animals.
Animals.
What if the one you want to be with want animals? And you're like,
good question. Go ahead, Lex. Answer that.
Oh, that's fine. We just gonna have to figure out a compromise. Cause like I said, I don't want no dog here around. So them dogs ain't getting on no couches. They not getting on no beds. They better sleep on the floor. We better mop often. They need to go to the groomers often. No loose hairs. Yeah. Word. So okay.
That's fair. I should have had those. You should have told me that before I got my dogs. I'd have moved a little bit better in my situation. You know what I mean? I'd be feeding the dog, walk. Well, I ain't gonna say I walk him, but we got a yard. He just a dog. This fenced in yard. He going back do his thing, but somebody got to cut the grass, and I'll be stepping in shit cutting grass, man. I hate it. Yeah, I gotta take my shoes off. I leave mine. I mean, who going outside to pick? He outside right now. I'm going back outside to pick up food. After I've been talking to y'all for an hour, I got to walk the whole yard looking for shit. That ain't a job I want to do, man. It should be all right. It's fertilizer. The grass looks amazing.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's fertilizer. Good fertilizer. Man, it smells manure fertilizer.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? All up here, dog. Gotta make it work. He at least useful. He doing something good. He scare away people, and he shits on the grass and makes the grass look nice.
That's all that's about.
Yeah, man, we gotta stop talking about dogs. I go on that motherfucker for days, man.
No, like, for real.
Yeah, he be killing stuff.
Relationships could be healthy. I strive to be in one, a good one, not one that I'm,
a
healthy relationship.
Yeah, a healthy one.
Yeah. Like, dog, I've been married for years, and for the last 5, it's been healthy. Them first couple,
amazing.
Man, wasn't healthy.
But y'all have to figure each other out. Figure out. That's the best part to me, when you can like see the downside of a person. Like if you could get through my attitude, you the one.
Well, I wish you good luck with that. It's gonna take I think you'll find somebody. I think
I'm sure I will.
You will.
I ain't giving up. I do not have a timeline of when I feel like, but I'm just also not really ready to deal with BS and people in their therapy issues. Like therapy, please.
So, in an upcoming episode, look for a bachelor.
And dates is not just because you take a person on a date, this is not a relationship.
Oh no, it ain't. He got a lot to say about relationships.
Like, I don't need you to take me on a date and call it a relationship.
Yeah. Go ahead, tell it.
I'm just saying, like, it's more than just taking me out on a date.
So, what a good date what is a good date for you?
A date is a date. We can go to the park. We could go. It doesn't matter about spending money. I want to get to know the person. I want to see if they can teach me things. I want to see if I can learn. I want to see if you can be the head of a household or a leader. I want to see where you will be leading me. Basically,
that's a great answer. That's so. Any single fellas watching?
No, no.
Gave you the blueprint. Like, you don't come right now.
I'm not just available. I think it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen.
It's gonna happen naturally. I think those are the best relationships. I met my wife in Halo Farm, and went in there just talking, and years later we still rocking. That's my girl.
I love it.
That's what I was gonna say. I think that's the reason why things are so weird with relationships now, because people are trying to force things. You're trying to do too much, and the truth is, it's supposed to come natural. If it doesn't come naturally that you just click with somebody, if it doesn't come naturally that y'all want the same things, if it doesn't come naturally that y'all have things in common, then why are you trying to force it? It's like you're trying to fit a puzzle piece into the other piece that don't even go.
Word.
Maybe the puzzle gonna be messed up.
Real tough
to talk about. They just be in each other's face. Or you know what I hate? Was one of my pet peeves.
What's a pet peeve?
I used to go on a date with this person. I used to just stay on his phone.
Oh, that's trash.
Stay on the phone. Like, oh my God, you care so you want to make a funny status, or you want to talk about, or you want to just engage, or what the fuck you in my presence? I'm so confused.
Yo, he didn't appreciate you.
Why you
trying to appease everybody else?
You trying to please everybody else, but what about the person in front of you?
Word.
See?
I don't know. The only time that's acceptable is if that's your job, honey. Facebook or Instagram better be running you a check. Other than that, you better get off that phone.
Even when you getting that little small check, you still gotta put that shit down at some point in time.
That's a fact too.
Know what I mean? Like sometimes, like you gotta set boundaries for yourself within your relationship that's outside of your partner. Because I know that, dog. I'll be like, all right, nigga, you gotta put your phone down, man. You've been on that shit, or whatever it is. Because dog, and now I'm a gym head. I go to the gym 4 days a week, but that's a boundary I set for myself too. Like, nah, we watching the show. Hey man, I gotta go. Don't try to cut the new episode on. She be trying to cut the episode on, and she know I'm about to leave. Don't cut the episode on. That's at least a half hour, dog. I'm setting my own boundary, babe. I'm going to the gym. And then she don't be mad. She look like a lost nigga. You know I'm going to the gym. You want me to come on, right? See there. But yo, we relationships. We will talk about this the next show because we could talk about relationships all day. I'm putting the new one on the screen. So E, we know you I know you went to a WNBA game recently. Tell us about your experience and just overall the growth of women's basketball and the effect of all the rookies in the league.
Oh my God. So me and my daughters, we got the opportunity to go. Shout out to the Black Women of New Jersey. It's a group on Facebook. So she like got all these tickets and invited us out, and we paid it was a small fee, but it was the experience was crazy. The stadium was packed. First of all, WNBA has never got that much attention since like the last year and a half. So it's just amazing to see where it's going and what it's brought to now. It seemed like we was at just NBA, honestly, but we got backstage, we got to meet a couple players, did the autographs. It was just super cool experience. And I think that I love where it's going. I love that, the fact that fans are coming out more, that they can make more money, because people wasn't really interested in women's basketball. I think once they created the drama, that's when it was like, like these girls is really here to, they got something to prove. And it's better than, how to say sex sells. Drama sells just as much. So it was good for WNBA to create some drama, some rivalry, it's all in the game. It's all in the game of anything. It's sportsmanship. So I think it was a really good opportunity for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark to put WNBA on the map the way it is. People are still talking about it to this day from both of them. Two talented, beautiful young ladies. And I wish them nothing but success. And I hope that it continues because they do a phenomenal job and they put on for women. So I was excited to go, me and my daughters, and they loved it.
Yo, how did your daughters react to being there? Like it being like a WNBA game? Was they just excited? Have you ever been to an NBA game with your children?
This was the first WNBA. We wouldn't go to a NBA because it's men and we don't need to be around that. But it was our first WNBA game, our first games together, and it was just amazing to see women in that forefront where you're not. You don't have to shake your butt to get money or just to be recognized for actual sport, they're athletes and they're doing their thing. So to be recognized for that, to make money doing that, it's a role model for my girls to see that, it's not about everything else that you see, the sexy reds and all. It's not about that. Getting money could be, they're in school. The girls were in school. They graduated college. And now so it was just, I'm all about role models for positive women, Black women in particular. So as I'm excited that Angel Reese is one of the faces of being the reason that we're even talking about WNBA. And she's a Black girl. So the fact that we got to see her, my daughter, I wasn't even going to go with them. I was going to go with a friend, like my best friend. She was like, Mom, you said I can go. And I was like, all right, both of y'all come on right now. So they was ready. Like within 10 minutes, they was ready. And I was like, all right.
That's so dope. They was excited to go.
They were really excited. And that's what made me want to take them more because they were really excited. So it was really a cool experience. And I'm so happy. And I'm happy for the girls or the young women of the WNBA because, they got us talking about them. Right. And that was even the money, like they wasn't making a lot of money because they're like, the fans aren't coming. Now they got packed arenas. They got celebrities coming there. So I'm excited for where it's going and the journey that they came.
Word. Yeah. What you thinking, Lex?
I this is what well, first of all, I'm not really a sports person, but I'm a basketball person. Okay. So I have been to NBA games. I don't care who up in there, baby. I'm in the NBA game. I want to see people play. Okay. And I think that was the problem with the WNBA, right? I think the problem was that people had this misconception of they're women and they can't play to the extent that men play. So now that you have these two amazing women that their performance is insane. Like if you look up their stats on like how many triple doubles they're getting, how many points they're getting a game, like Caitlin Clark is literally exceeding stats for men as well, not just women.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is why now I think it's getting so much attention, because it's like, wait, we thought, we're underpaying these women because they're not getting as much attention and they're not performing that well, but guess what? Yes, they are. Look at them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And it's definitely going to open the doors for so many girls, so many women, and especially when it comes to the WNBA. So I wanted to get to the point to where we had the WNBA team, the WNBA teams, the way we have the NBA teams, the way I can go look and say, you know what, I gotta go see that WNBA that NBA game because Caitlin Clark is on there. Okay, that's what I want. So I'm ready for it.
It's getting there.
Where, Doug, I know this year, me and we was watching college women's basketball last year. We seen the game where Angel Reese do this to the face, and dog, it made a lot of white people very angry. It was highly upset, man. And, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna throw it out there, say what it is. You know what I mean? It was super mad. And now go online and it's the same thing. Like they love Caitlin Clark, but I guess she a Midwestern girl and they love supporting her, which I ain't mad at because Caitlin Clark nice. But I'm an Angel Reese fan.
She is, but you know what it is? Oh, don't y'all come at me when I say this, but this is a fact, right? A lot of the times, we try to do this thing of race, of white and black, but the truth is, the truth is, all of that goes out the window once gender comes into it, right? Because when it comes to gender, even though she is a white girl, she's going to be able to open the doors for black women. So,
well, she didn't really get started talking about until Angel Reese. Angel Reese did something to her to make her name out there. So Angel Reese was first. But
let me get a backstory.
The black and white thing because white people don't want the person to only be talked about and it because Angel Reese did something to Caitlin Clark and she's white. But Angel Reese was the person who made us even know who Caitlin Clark was. And to me, that's just a fact. So if people don't like Angel Reese, I think it's because she's black. It's only because she's saying something or being, everybody is when they play in a sport, it's no holds bar. So I'm sure her attacks towards Caitlin wasn't personal. It was to win a game.
Right.
But
and then
it was towards that, YT girl, it was heightened a little bit more. But this is the world we live in. If we about to talk about Trump, it's the same thing. It's black and white.
Like you're right. Because dog, the game, like last year in the college Final Four, Caitlin Clark team, Iowa, played South Carolina, which is Dawn Staley's team, and they was like the number one team in the country. It was undefeated, and Iowa beat them, and she was talking crazy to the South Carolina players. And apparently, Angel Reese felt a certain type of way. And when she got to the championship game, Angel Reese at LSU beat them. So, she said she did this and was talking crazy to Caitlin Clark, and that thing just skyrocketed the game to the next level because people wasn't really watching it like that. Then following, that was 2 years ago. And then last year, well, actually this year in college basketball, they played again. Caitlin Clark's team won, but South Carolina beat them in the championship game. So all these young women coming into the NBA, the new influx, man, like you said, like it wouldn't be Caitlin Clark wouldn't be as big as she is without Angel Reese. Because I see, like Angel Reese used to be on SportsCenter all the time, and I watch SportsCenter like every day. Like she was killing in like 20 rebounds, 25 points, and she's always played with the swagger of an inner city basketball player. Whether she's a man or a woman, I'm from the hood. I like seeing people
about
play
the hood, honey.
energy. That energy just I love it, man. I love like
that hood energy.
And I think that's what it is though. It's that even though they try to make it like it's a bad thing, y'all know y'all want to see these players taunt each other and do that to each other because let's be real now. Even after all of that, ain't Caitlyn doing it now too?
Yeah, Caitlyn been doing it. Caitlyn been talking crazy. That's why I kind of liked her.
Right, but now it's more out there, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, like it's cool now. It's cool that she's doing that. Like that's kind of being a part of her personality that they're trying to put out there now, right? And it's like,
and it's you know,
right.
You're not doing as good as the WNBA,
right.
but
We get it, but don't make it all right just when you want to make it all right. Make it all right.
For some people,
right,
and not everybody.
Especially when people
I think that's what we say.
Don't play the victim.
So since E, you done brought up the name, man. You done brought up the we gonna slide right on over because we got about 10 minutes left. We're gonna slide on over. His name on the screen right now. Y'all see him, Trump. So the man got convicted. Trump is a convicted felon of 34 counts. I don't even know what it was, but he got charged with 34 things and he got found guilty on all 34 in New York City. So shout out New York City. I'll let y'all start off because you know I got strong feelings on some things. But I'm gonna just let y'all jump into it. Trump, 34 counts, the political climate in the United States.
I'm surprised. He got found guilty of all 34 because of how the world is, because it's so divided, because it is black and white. I'm surprised that our system even acknowledged that he did something wrong. And it doesn't even matter. He's still able to run again. Like, is this a distraction? Is this another distraction? Because it just seems administration and they say like don't believe the Democrats, because I have some issues with Democrats as well, but the campaign that he's running, where he wants to put or place America again, it just seems as if it's a dictatorship because he's a business person, so it's just more so about do what I say. And I don't see how people can even resonate with someone who wants you to just do what they say. Even though but also they say, oh, I'm voting for Trump. He had the stimulus checks. It's people who are all about money. You don't really know what's going on. You don't really know what they're distracting us from. So I think that the fact that he got found guilty of all these counts, but he's still, his name is still on the ballot. What did he get? Did he go to jail? Like, is he in jail? The fuck is
and then people that's like locked up can't even vote. So he's not even gonna be able to vote for himself. Or not locked up, like convicted felons in some states can't vote. He ain't even gonna be able to vote for himself in New York.
But
if he in New York.
On the ballot.
I think that's insane. You got convicted felons out here that can't even get a job, but this man about to run for president. What the?
No, he's on the
ballot.
About
it. Talk about it.
Like, wait, these people can't even get their licenses. They can't get certain jobs. They can't pass background checks, but this man is still able to run for president. How does it work?
It's really weird.
I don't get that. Like we missing something. We clearly missing something.
Because
the United States is telling is opposite. I think we
missing something.
I think we would have to do a lot of due diligence to see what us, because I don't even know who to vote for. Honestly, I don't.
I'll be honest. I didn't vote in the last presidential election because that's how I felt.
You ain't vote?
No.
Puff said vote or die. Puff said vote or die.
Well,
Puff a liar. We know Puff a liar now. So nothing for you.
Listen, I didn't. You know why? Because I felt the same way I felt now. It's like lately the past elections have been, which of the lesser evils are you voting for? Absolutely. And the truth is, I would rather vote for no evil than to vote for one or the other. So I'll just stay out of it because even though they both have different things that they're good in one area and maybe terrible in one, but it's like, why should I even have to choose between that? I shouldn't have to choose between the lesser of which side do I want. Like, I shouldn't have to choose that. So
right. The whole two-party system, man. This is the two-party system. Why so many people that run? It's stupid. Why ain't 100 people on the back? I know, and I'll just say Trenton for say. When people run for mayor, it'd be like 8 people, dog. Why don't they do it like that? Just let everybody run.
That's the issue, though, because you're dividing the people. When you divide up the votes, so like you said, Trenton, and there's so many people for mayor. But if you have one, if we can decide on like if it's 2 people running, it's black and white. It's always black and white. So when you have a black person running against a white person, you have 2 black people running against 1 white person. Now you're splitting up the votes of the black people for the popular. Right. So now you have to. People don't want to come together, like you said. Power decides. Power recognize character. So the character in a person, like it's just so much. When a person wants to be powerful, you really have no idea what their intentions are until they get in power. So I do not think that any one of them has our best interests because it's all for themselves. And it's just they're not in tune with the people. We have good people in Congress, or not Congress, we have like good senates because they're younger and they're thriving and they're doing good, but that's just in Senate. So it's like, how can we get those people or those like-minded people? You just don't vote. It's religious people who just don't vote because it's this world. And once we see how this world is really playing out, it doesn't benefit us.
Not at all. I agree. I think it's all bullshit personally. That's why I'm an independent. I'm an independent and I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I can't rock with either one of them because they both full of shit. I done seen numerous times, dog. And then how it's like, dog, Biden's literally supporting Israel, man. Like we talking about, so don't get me started on politics, man, because I'm like, dog, I ain't with bombing nowhere, dog. Don't bomb. They bombing kids over there, man, and they bomb them with American stuff. I can't support Biden. Definitely ain't supporting Trump. He's a damn racist. I can't do it, man. Like, I don't know if he's a racist person. I never met the man. I'm not gonna say he's definitely a racist, but dog, he like people that are racist are gonna gravitate towards him. So I don't know if he's technically racist, but he say a lot of racist shit. All I'm saying, like, you can't say a bunch of racist shit.
You know his position. You know if it was you or somebody else of a different color.
If it was Farrakhan saying some shit like that, it running for government, it wouldn't work.
Trump is just all about money. Trump is all about money, and Biden is all about who the hell knows. Biden just pick whatever side whenever. We don't know what the hell Biden.
And they're both old as hell, dog. They too old to be running anything. I wouldn't let an 80-year-old dude like, dog. He couldn't run no company.
Biden need a walker, some medication, and a sit.
Trump too.
He's embarrassing. Biden is embarrassing. Do y'all remember when Trump threw the fucking paper towels at the people in Puerto Rico?
Oh, I remember that.
He don't even care who he races towards. Like, it's not just black people. He don't give a fuck.
He
was a hurricane or something like that.
Racist. Right? He don't like nobody.
It was when Puerto Rico had that really bad hurricane and they were in like really bad state of emergency, no water. They had no water, no food, no nothing. And
he's crazy.
He over there photo opping. Paper towels. They ain't got no water. They don't need no paper towels. Why don't you give them some water?
No, they need them. I guess he said they need the paper towels to clean up that water from the hurricane. So he was throwing them.
Yeah, I guess so, man. That's crazy. But all in all, my thoughts is F them all, man. Vote for who. If you want to vote. I'm not going to tell you whether you vote or not. But for me personally, I can't rock with either one of them dudes, man. They all old. Like, I can't do it. And I may still vote. I'm not telling you if I'm a vote or not, but I stay a mill. I'm definitely.
Can I say something on that? Because this is the thing that I'm not understanding when it comes to politics either, right? Because I swore we wasn't supposed to be telling people who we was voting for or what was going on either. But now it's becoming a big thing that like you have to put it on Front Street of who you're voting for or who you're not voting for. But I thought it was supposed to be private.
I don't know, man. Like people be putting their flags up. They got Trump flags. He wasn't even running.
Telling people
it's more about division. When you divide,
people do interviews, people talking in line at the camp, at the dang voting center, all types of stuff. Like,
right?
So what's going on with this?
You see how Trump had the coup. When it's a coup, that means that they overthrow like a government.
Coup.
Everybody was together.
Did you say a coup? It's a coup.
Absolutely. So
go ahead.
So if you can further divide the people, we would never be as whole. We would never be in accordance to what works for the people, because we're just like, oh, this person's that. So it doesn't even matter who you vote for now. It doesn't. People say what they want, but everybody's so divided. I just think that this world is just like one of one. Like I only care about myself. And that's why we will never get anywhere, because everybody only cares about themselves.
Right.
And it doesn't matter who you vote for, because everybody's out for themselves. It's all about self.
Right. And then honestly, it's more important you vote in your local elections, because that's the shit that really affects your life. The national elections, not so much, but you vote for them people around you, school board and your community leaders, and you hold them accountable. Things will be better. And at the end of the day, hold yourself accountable, because that's what really matters most, dog. Ain't no president ever put no money in my pocket or ever took no money out of my pocket. So you do what you want, but I know the president can't do nothing without Senate and Congress. So vote for everything. Absolutely. But yo, that's our hour, yo. We up, yo. We said what we said. We said hard body, man. Yo, y'all went in today, man. Oh man, that was crazy.
We said what we said.
Yeah, y'all definitely did. Yo, tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Lexis Bree _ duh, that's my name. Lexis Bree _
Y'all see it, look behind her. It's right behind her head.
That's it. Just add an underscore on the side, okay? And that's it. You're gonna find me. I'm there.
Word. And I'm on Instagram, Black Mrs. America, like Wu-Tang. Black Mrs. America. And spell America, how you say my name, and Mrs. MRS. Facebook, my name, Ericka Pressley, Humbling Hearts Incorporated, nonprofit organization. We are trying to promote career development, professional development, career leadership, everything that is to build people, to not be reliant on the government, because they don't care about you. So we want to. My nonprofit is to elevate people, resume building, mock interviews. So we want to get people to where they can be self-sufficient, independent, make that money that's out here. Be of value to this world, not just talk about it on social media. Like, know what to do. So
in real life, IRL, in real life.
In real life.
Yeah. So y'all can find me, the Tyrone Miller, anywhere I'm at. TikTok, all them, Instagram. And we'll see y'all next week. I said what I said. Peace, love, light. Y'all got any parting words y'all want to give to the people?
Well, my brother does DJ AP.
Yes, AP.
And this Friday and Saturday, he will be at Hook and Reel in Linden, New Jersey, or every Friday and Saturday. Hook and Reel, Linden, New Jersey. Their menu looks crazy, so I definitely can't wait to be there, because I love seafood, and that's about it. Shout out to my brother.
Yeah, AP, shout him out, man. It's my guy. Lex, you got any shout outs?
I don't have no shout outs.
I'm gonna shout out my mama.
Shout
out my mama, man. Shout out to you, Cheryl Miller. You raised the real one, baby. I love you. All right. We'll see y'all next week.
I had fun. See y'all next time.